In Capital News tonight, Tanzania Revenue Authorities banned sugar imports from Zambia into Nduma, Songwe region. Prime Minister Kassim Majaliwa launches MV Mbeya 2 ship in Ruvuma region. And in sports, Bambina FC fire head coach Fulgene Stavatis and assistant Athman Bilal. Good evening. This is Capital News at 9:30. My name is Vanessa Victor. Let's get started with the national news. Tanzania Revenue Authority, TRA, in Songwe region has banned sugar imports from Zambia into Nduma and warned that those found smuggling the commodity will be dealt with as economic saboteurs.
It was announced that all products that have not paid taxes are not supposed to be sold. Even the ones that are sold in streets must be confiscated because they are not supposed to be in our markets since they are illegal.
Tumegawa hii sukari kilo 4,800 lakini zoezi linaendelea.
Almost 4,800 kilograms of sugar was given out to the needy groups. And from now on, I direct the police force in Songwe region to carry out special operations in this exercise by holding 24 hours inspections in all passenger vehicles and cargo trucks.
Train services have resumed 3 days after a train accident. Prime Minister Kassim Majaliwa has officially launched the MV Mbeya 2 ship that will provide transport from Mbeya to Nyasa in Ruvu region. While in Ruvuma, he also inspected construction of the 66-kilometer tarmac road from Mbiga to Mbabai, where he said the government is determined to expand economic activities by improving various infrastructure.
Ujenzi wa meli hii na uimarishaji wa miundombinu ya bandari kwenye ziwa Nyasa una lengo la kuimarisha shughuli za kiuchumi vile vile.
Construction of this ferry and renovation of port infrastructures in Lake Nyasa are done for the purpose of improving economic activities in this zone, especially in trade and investment sectors. As a government, we are determined to revive the economy of Lake Nyasa zone and reach out to all citizens around here. I call upon Tanzanians, even the diaspora, to invest in Nyasa because all necessary services and equipments favorable for establishing industries are there.
Changamoto ilikuwa ni kubwa. Hapo awali tumepoteza watu wengi sana kupitia ziwa Nyasa.
In this lake, many people have died due to poor means of transportation, especially traders who were going to do business in Malawi by using local canoes.
Meli hii imegharimu yenyewe bilioni 9.1.
The ferry costed 9.1 billion shillings and constructions were complete since September 2019 and was inspected by local and international inspectors, where later on we got permit from TASA.
Train services have resumed 3 days after a train accident involving a train traveling from Dar es Salaam to Katavi, Tabora, Kigoma and Mwanza regions occurred on January 2nd of this year, causing the deaths of 3 people. Accident victims admitted at Dodoma Referral Hospital have been discharged after receiving treatment.
Waka wetu wa taasisi zetu za afya, hospitali ya mkoa Bahi, jinsi walivyohangaika na majeruhi wote kwa haraka sana.
There were 66 casualties and all have been treated. Those needing to be operated on have been operated and everyone is now feeling better and can go back home.
Sisi kama shirika tulijiandaa haraka kwa ajili ya kuokoa miili ya majeruhi.
3 people have died, all women, and were buried yesterday.
Tayari kulikuwa kuna treni ambazo zimekwama upande huu wa chini na maana ya Dodoma kushuka mpaka Dar es Salaam.
Trains coming from the other side, meaning Dodoma to Dar es Salaam, were stuck. And on this side, from Manyoni to Tabora, but they have been allowed to move to stations nearby, so once repair is completed, by 6 they will be allowed to resume.
4 people have been arrested by police force in Makambako, Njombe region after being found with electricity cables worth 43 million shillings that are being used in a rural energy agency project.
Gari hili unavyoliona limebeba waya roll zipatazo 6 na hizi roll 6 ziko nyaya za aina mbili tofauti.
This vehicle is carrying wiring, 6 rolls of it, used in RARE project in Njombe. We received information about stolen wiring rolls in Kichina village.
Residents of 4 islands on Lake Victoria, Chato district in Gator region have had their transport problems resolved after the government provided them with a new modern ferry, MV Chato, that has the capacity of carrying over 200 passengers and 100 tons of cargo.
Kina mama waishio visiwani wanapata shida sana, kina mama wajawazito.
Women living on the island had suffered so much, more so expectant mothers. We commend Honorable President for bringing us this vessel. The new ferry has capacity to carry 100 tons in cargo, 10 small vehicles, 200 passengers. There is also a lower and upper floor.
Wakala umekamilisha miradi ya ujenzi wa vivuko 4 vipya ambavyo ni Chato Nkome.
4 new ferries have been completed, including the one we are receiving. Traders from here can now transport fish and sardines to Kasenda market as far as DRC.
The President of Zanzibar and Chairman of the Revolutionary Council, Dr. Hussein Ali Mwinyi, has said the government will continue to work closely with the management of Zanzibar Social Security Fund, ZSSF. President Dr. Mwinyi said this during the launch of the new modern ZSSF building in Tibirinzi in Chake Chake district as part of 57 years of the Zanzibar Revolution celebrations.
Uhakikishe kwamba idadi ya fedha zitakazohitajika kulipa stahiki za wanachama wanaostaafu.
You must make sure that money to pay members, retiring and bearers' pensions is available at all time without any inconvenience. The 8th phase government of Zanzibar will continue to work closely with ZSSF management to make sure members' deposits are protected and well managed.
Jambo la msingi ambalo ninalisisitiza.
What I'd like to stress upon is not just to ZSSF, but to all government institutions to be careful with expenditure in their daily activities.
Due to ongoing rains, the Regional Commissioner of Dodoma, Dr. Bilnith Mahenge, has conducted an inspection visit of road infrastructure, including bridges that were damaged by rain, whereby he directed the contractor building at Chinyasungwi Bridge in Mpwapwa district not to be paid 1.109 billion shillings until he has repaired the wall.
Tumeona barabara zinatengenezwa. Yako mapungufu makubwa kwenye usimamizi. Kwa hiyo ni kuelekeze meneja wa TANROADS.
Roads are being constructed, but there are a lot of shortcomings concerning supervision. TANROADS manager make sure in all roads where there are contractors, you send your experts there.
Haiwezekani mshauri wa mkandarasi akatoka na kampuni hiyo hiyo. Hawezi kujishauri vizuri.
Last respects for the body of the daughter of the late father of the nation, Rosemary Nyerere, is expected to be held on Wednesday, tomorrow, at St. Immaculate Church, Lupanga, Dar es Salaam, at 11 a.m. And later she will be laid to rest at Hija Cemetery in Pugu.
Baada ya misa, tutaondoka kwenda Pugu, wanaita makaburi ya Hija, ambako marehemu mwenyewe alipenda kuzikwa.
After Mass, we will go to Pugu graveyard, where the deceased wanted to be buried. Rosemary was very cheerful, All of us have lived here at different periods as one family, and she was also very bright and could do anything she set her mind to.
Kwa sababu naye alikuwa ni mtaalamu wa biology, mtaalamu wa masomo ya sayansi vizuri sana. Alikuwa anamudu masomo yote ya sayansi na biashara.
She was an expert in biology and science in general, and when I joined Form 1, she helped me a lot in my studies.
That's all for the national news. International news is next. In international news, Central African Republic President Faustin Archange Touadera has won a second term in office, according to provisional results announced by the Electoral Commission. The National Election Authority said Touadera was re-elected in the first round of the December 27th presidential vote with 53.9% of the votes. In second place was Anicet Georges Doluguele with 21.1% of the vote, and Martin Ziguele came third with 7.4%. The vote and its aftermath have been marked by violence and the formation of a rebel coalition amid calls from the opposition to delay the poll. The Ministry of Health in Rwanda has banned people from entering and exiting the capital, Kigali, due to a big increase in coronavirus cases in the country. The announcement was made after a cabinet meeting yesterday, chaired by President Paul Kagame, with the ban being in effect as of today.
The government took long in making the decision. It could have been ideal to issue the announcement during the Christmas holidays. Corona is still among us. Although other countries have begun to vaccine their citizens, we do not expect to get the vaccine soon. Thus, we must continue protecting ourselves.
The Ministry of Education in Uganda is considering reopening schools and higher learning institutions from the 18th of January, 4 days after the country holds its general elections. The ministry said reopening of schools and higher learning institutions, which had closed due to the coronavirus pandemic, will be done in phases. Kenya has assumed its position at the United Nations Security Council as a non-permanent member 6 months after winning the seat after beating its closest rival for the seat, Djibouti, with 129 votes against 62. Kenya has pledged to give priority to issues which will ensure there is peace on the African continent during the 2 years as a non-permanent member.
Strengthen a multilateralism that serves the interests of our people in the Council, thus being an effective guardian of durable peace. Our mission will be innovative and open to new ideas and approaches, especially in strengthening prevention and regionally anchored solutions. We will listen. We will speak up boldly for Africa, for small island developing states, for the global South, and for all countries, great and small. Kenya will be an advocate for local and regional solutions. We will promote meaningful engagements between the Council and countries concerned, as well as results-oriented consultations with regional and sub-regional actors. In this regard, Kenya looks forward to working with the A3+1, namely Niger, Tunisia, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines, to be a building block with the African Union and African people all over the world.
That's all for the international news. We'll be back with business news after this short break.
Watch Business Edition as we talk to business leaders and experts in sectors that are transforming Tanzania's economy.
We believe that the driver is the customer.
To change the mindset of traditional HR to the digitalization.
Make sure that everybody can get some access to financial services.
And once we understand the vision of our leaders, we then need to be behind them and help them in achieving that vision.
Business have involved mercantile operations, trade guilds, or shared agricultural production. Infrastructure, construction, financial sectors, tourism, and mining. Business edition on Friday at 8:15 p.m.
Welcome back, and now on to business news. The government, through the Ministry of Livestock and Fisheries, has directed big and small livestock feed producers to submit samples of their products for testing and certification by the government laboratory before entering the market.
Sipo wazi kama tulikuwa tuko likizo kwamba hazifuatiliwi, sasa tutazifuatilia. Kwa hiyo kama kuna mzalishaji yeyote popote alipo aanze kuitafuta hii maabara ilipo, lakini pia kwenye halmashauri walete zile sample ambazo wanatakiwa kuleta.
Element ambazo zinakuja strike zinakwenda zina accumulate taratibu. Kwa hiyo 5 miaka 5 6 baadaye ndio mtu anaanza kuona kwamba kuna madhara yanaanza kupatikana, na sasa hivi tumeona hata cancer zinaongezeka hata kwa watoto.
Beetroot farmers in Njombe region have urged the government to help them get a reliable market for the crop in order to increase productivity and increase farmers' incomes.
Kupitia Wizara ya Kilimo au Wizara ya
We urge the Ministry of Agriculture or Industries or even the Ministry of Health to help us with machines that will help farmers in processing these beetroots and come up with products that are highly demanded by consumers. About 21 hectares of land was cultivated for beetroots.
That's all for business news. Sports is next.
Away first time, good start from Bolt. Bolt leading a moment and going away. Gay trying to go with him, and he's going to be dragged through the second place, but he's going to win it by 2 meters. Away first time, good start from Bolt. Bolt leading a moment and going away. Gay trying to go with him, and he's going to be dragged through the second place, but he's going to win it by 2 meters. Opposition, Joaquinho, he did lose to Lynn.
And now in sports. Gwambina FC have fired head coach Fulgence Novatus and his deputy Athman Bilal after a series of inconsistent results in the Tanzania Mainland League. Here's more.
From the exit of the duo after 17 top-tier games where they managed to collect 19 points. The Mwanza-based side have further revealed their immediate plans as they embark on the process of searching for a new tactician to lead the team. Gwambina won 13 games, drew 5 and lost in 2 other matches. The team went on to sign 12 players in preparations for life in the Tanzanian top tier.
Following the Football Federation TFF's decision to make the Taifa Stars Congo friendly on January 10th a special match in a bid farewell to Agre Morris, Tanzanians have been urged to attend the match in large numbers and make the day a memorable one.
of football, that's the TFF. They're supposed to manage it thoroughly so that they can create a very good team to succeed in our forthcoming tournament. And we, other supporters, are supposed to support our team by virtue of going to the stadium, wearing our jerseys, national team jerseys, cheers our boys, and make sure that we make sure we as Tanzanians, government, FA, and we fans and stakeholders make sure that Tanzania goes and win our forthcoming tournament.
Jurgen Klopp has leapt to the defense of Sadio Mane, insisting his forward is not a diver and should have had a penalty in Liverpool's loss to Southampton.
Reds slipped to a 1-0 defeat thanks to an early goal from Danny Ings to hand the initiative to Manchester United in the title race. Liverpool offered little as an attacking threat, with Fraser Forster only forced into one save, although they had two claims for penalties turned away. One was a shot from Georginio Wijnaldum, which struck an arm, with the second when Mane went down under challenge from Kyle Walker-Peters. Various angles were not conclusive on the Mane incident, but Klopp feels it was a penalty and suggested the Senegal forward is too honest.
Barcelona have postponed their training session on Tuesday following an outbreak of coronavirus at the club. Here is the story.
The Catalans are preparing for a trip to Athletic Bilbao at the San Mamés in La Liga on Wednesday, but their morning training session on Tuesday has been halted ahead of all players and staff being tested for COVID-19. Two members of the club staff have provided positive coronavirus tests, and the club need to find out if there are any further cases. Barcelona are looking to build on their win over Huesca at the weekend, which came courtesy of a goal from midfielder Frankie de Jong. Ronald Koeman's side are on a run of 6 games on the spin without defeat in La Liga, but 2 of those have been home draws against Valencia and Eibar.
Juventus defender Alex Sandro tested positive for coronavirus, the Serie A club announced.
The Brazilian international, who played in Sunday's 4-1 league victory over Udinese in Turin, underwent tests after displaying what Juve described as mild symptoms. The club confirmed the positive test on Monday. Alessandro featured for 83 minutes against Udinese before being replaced by Gianluca Frabotta, at which stage the hosts were 3-0 up in the game. The 29-year-old has made 7 league appearances under Andrea Pirlo during the 2020-21 campaign, as well as featuring 3 times in the Champions League group stage. Juve travelled to San Siro to face AC Milan, the unbeaten Serie A leaders, in midweek, followed by a home game against Sassuolo on Sunday.
And that sports item ends our news bulletin. My name is Vanessa Victor. Thank you for watching. Have a good night.
Kutoka kali mbili za saa 8 mpaka kamba to kamba, tupige story na wana kwa taarifa yako na The Mashup. Na hii ndio tip of the day na exclusive interview. Club 101 saa 8 mpaka saa 10 jioni, live ndani ya Capital TV na Capital Radio.
In Tanzania, we have an amazing array of places we call home. But when it comes to interior designing, decorations, and gardening, we don't make the most of the spaces. On The Decor, you learn about designs, styles, functions, elegance, and traditions by being inspired from the best in the field to transform your spaces and create more memories. On Saturday at 7:30 p.m.
Diamonds are forever. They won't leave in the night. I've no fear that they might desert me. Diamonds are forever, forever, forever. Diamonds are forever, forever, forever,
Karen, tell us, how has it been going at this year's festival?
Well, the turnout, Vanessa, is amazing as it is.
Thomas, hello.
Nice to be there with you.
What is the purpose of this meeting and who will be in attendance?
Talking about how African countries can stop relying to a large extent on...
We are definitely seeing a lot of deeply political films, either directly treating a political issue or with a political subtext.
Don't miss the live special report between Capital Television and Dashwell Television at 9:30 p.m.
Watch Business Edition as we talk to business leaders and experts in sectors that are transforming Tanzania's economy.
We believe that the driver is the customer.
To change the mindset of traditional HR to the digitalization.
Make sure that everybody can get some access to financial services.
And once we understand the vision of our leaders, we then need to be behind them and help them in achieving that vision.
Business have involved mercantile operations, trade guilds, or shared agricultural production. Infrastructure, construction, financial sectors, tourism, and mining. Business Edition on Friday at 8:15 p.m.
Catch CapChat, an interactive talk show on various trends